Well, the time has come to take a podcast break. I certainly have not run out of guests, but I have run out of breath. 90 episodes plus several bonus episodes and over 76 hours of content is much more than I ever envisioned when I started this adventure on a whim on December 29, 2021. Having never formally interviewed anyone in my life except for business reasons, this was truly a venture into the unknown. I learned on the fly, not only about the art of interviewing, but the technical part of editing and producing a podcast. I began by talking into my computer via Zoom and eventually bought a little equipment and was able to control the sound coming in and out a little better. At this point, I could probably get a job in a recording studio if push came to shove. But I truly hope push never comes to shove. The editing and producing part took much longer than the interviewing part. I'll say it like that. I already knew what I'm about to tell you, but I will say it anyway. But my knowledge has been reinforced during these past 1.5 years as a podcaster. And that is, everyone has a story. Everyone has the ability to make another person's load a little lighter. Everyone has the ability to inspire others. Every human being is significant. The challenge is most of us seem to have a difficult time slowing down long enough to hear the stories of people we meet on our journey. We all are so busy trying to get to wherever we think we're going, we miss people who have the potential to be used by God to change our lives, or at least make our lives better. In part, this podcast has been my feeble attempt to introduce you to a few people I have known who have greatly impacted my life, and I knew would impact yours, and maybe help you view life from a hearse with the end in mind. They did not disappoint. The one thing I never anticipated was how many people would listen to this podcast. That has been overwhelming to me, to be honest. Almost everywhere I go, someone stops me and tells me they listen to this podcast. In the notes, calls, and messages. Well, as I said, just overwhelming. The analytics tell me you've been listening from many states across this country, and even other countries. That kept me going, even when I was ready to take a break. I do want to sincerely thank every one of you who have been listening. You have truly honored me by allowing my guest and me to be a small part of your lives. And a special thanks to the guest who walked out on a limb and agreed to be a part of this show. Your voice and story are now recorded and available forever. I have no doubt your walking out on this limb is and will continue to be a gift, not only to others, but to your family in the future. I'm thinking about a plan going forward, but I really don't have a plan yet, except the plan to take a break. As I figure this out, I do plan to release an Encore episode every other week, beginning next Thursday. Television calls them reruns. There may be a few new episodes released during this Encore period, so I hope you stay tuned. But in the meantime, you will either hear episodes you missed, or you will hear some for a second time, at least for a while. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you all. This is Bruce Goddard, and you're listening to the View from a Hearse podcast.
Viewing life from a hearse, it could be worse. Laugh, think, and cry with the country undertaker.